You know, um, again, thank y'all for commenting in my comment section and letting me know that there's lives posted on YouTube under So Called Messes account about the fundraiser that the proceeds were supposed to be given to Michael Miller's family, but they were not. I watched most of that live, and then I just had to go back and watch the next one that was done after that with mostly Casey. Um, and I got to go back and finish all of them. I'm gonna watch all of the updates at this point. It's tough listening to it. It's tough watching person after person cry. It is tough hearing what went on. Listen, y'all. When I watched the live that Casey did herself, um, after Sue came on and admitted that she single handedly orchestrated this whole thing and collected lots of money. Someone estimated it to be possibly 20 plus $1,000 that she ended up collecting, and people never got their products because they were supposed to be buying products so that the proceeds could go to Michael Miller's family. If anybody don't know who Michael Miller is, please look it up. Um, they're still trying to calculate the amounts. They're having talks about her saying that she wanted to, I believe, get Casey security cameras, so she got money for that. She got donations for a lot of stuff. Um, Sue admitted in the live that she was in that she used this money for an addiction that she has. Now, I was wondering the whole time what was the addiction. And that's what led me to eventually stop watching that video and go and start watching the other video that Cassie did, where I discovered, per Casey, that Sue's addiction was to, how do you call it, a sex worker. So apparently, Sue has an addiction to paying a sex worker to do whatever it is that I don't get it. And apparently, it was also alcohol. Um, so let me get this straight. Sue played Michael Miller and Micah's family amongst a lot of other people for an addiction to another woman performing for her, on her, with her. I don't know. And them drinking. Okay, this is kind of one of those Ripley's Believe It or Not things. So I gotta commend a lot of the ladies for saying, "Hey, Sue is and was a friend." Um, they care about her children. Apparently, she has children, and they care about her well-being. They care about her getting better. They care about her getting help. They care about you know they went through a lot, and I still haven't heard probably the half of it. The accusations, uh, I, the betrayal, the disappointment, having to face Michael Miller's family. Um, and shout out to Casey because this all came about on her platform. So, of course, she's held primarily, responsible for it by a lot of people. And just to be clear, Casey said that Sue came forth and had some, I guess, some skills and had done fundraisers before in the past. And they saw positive comments about it. And so there was no need for them to suspect that anything would go wrong, and they had known Sue, I guess, via the internet for a while. Um, I know that Casey said that she had received up to 5 messages at one point, of people, basically saying, "Hey, I'm not getting my products." And she said she didn't take that for what it was, because Sue was reassuring her that she had shipped the products. And I just, this is all a lot. It really, really is. And, I feel bad for Micah's family, knowing that someone, did this, a stranger off the internet, used Micah's, name, her situation. Micah's not here anymore. And we assume that that's largely, if not solely, on account of her ex husband. And she suffered a lot of abuse. And the, they're having a benefit concert, I believe it's called. I think tonight, later tonight, Micah's family is. And it looks well put together. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it, but I wish them the best, and lots of success with that. But this is very painful, for a lot of people. It's painful just hearing about it, and to hearing that this person, had an addiction to a sex worker and maybe some booze of some sort. Listen, I commend, again, I commend Sue for coming on, but after listening to the testimonies of how that took place, and the amount of pushing, it took for them to get Sue to come on, it just wasn't simple. And Sue on the live was saying, "Oh, I said yes right away," when she was confronted with the fact that she had to be pushed to do it. She was saying, "No, I came forth right away." And that's not true. Like, she admitted to, coming on and telling everybody that it was her, and that's just not true. According to, what they are saying, it took a lot to get her to come on. And that is sad, but this is a person who has an addiction, right? So I still have to say, I commend Sue, if you're listening, for coming on and, sitting out at least what I've heard of the live, and facing accountability, although it wasn't the kind of accountability, that we would like or expect. But at the same time, this is a person who is still kind of in denial. But it was worse for me after I listened to Casey's live, because by the way, y'all, I'm used to referring to her as Cassie, and then I heard them saying Casey. So I'm not sure, but I believe it's Casey, because the people who know her were saying Casey. Um, at the end of the day, I still commend Sue for coming on and facing accountability and helping them out after all the damages that she caused them, because no one could have actually made her do that. And it still would have been them partially, not wanting to believe everybody, where people are still challenging them in the comments and everything in the live, even after Sue came on. So just imagine if she never would have came forward. It's a lot, and it's hard to believe that it was solely Sue. But man, how does a person not want to really get themselves together after realizing they did something like that? This is just really, really sad. And, shout out to Casey and the so called mess crew for anything. And even for me, not knowing yet what happened and questioning, what is this all about? Which, leaves yet another video that may seem like it's speculating that, they weren't being forthcoming when it's a bigger case than that, you know. It's sad.